Before we can use an HTML5 project as an AV control interface, there are two problems that need to be solved. One of them is messaging, passing messages back and forth between the control processor and the HTML5 project. And the other is updating the elements of the HTML project in real time. And here's an open source project that solves those two problems. So let's have a quick look at it. Here's the sample. So I've got this running locally here on my laptop, and we've got some feedback here that shows us what messages are getting sent to the server or control processor and what messages we're receiving back that will be used to update these HTML elements here. So let's first go in the one direction from the web page to the control processor, and I'll just click on these buttons, and you could see that a message was generated with a channel called matrix.input with a value of 1. And as I click through these buttons, the value will change, and this is basically changing the source. And here I have a new function called lights, and that'll generate a message, lights on and lights off. Great. And we also have your typical HTML inputs, a text input where you could type in some text, a number field, you can type in a number, that'll also generate a message, a range input, which is a slider. You'll see the value there changing, and this could be programmed so the value will only get sent when this slider is released, so you could reduce the network traffic. And we've got some radio buttons, checkboxes, and a drop-down select. So those are all inputs from the user into the HTML page that gets sent off to the control processor in this channel value format. Now the other way around, coming back from the control processor, we'll need to take messages and use them to update these elements. And I've got these little buttons here just to simulate messages coming back from the control processor to show the different updates that are available in this project. So make active changes this to the active state, make inactive, so we can show what's been selected. We've got disable, so this is now disabled. I could click on there and you could see nothing is changing here, and then we'll enable it again, and when I click on it, it generates a message that gets sent off to the server. We have hide and unhide. This could be very useful, and all of these functions can be used on any HTML element, so you could group elements together inside a div and use something like this hide and unhide to show and hide pages or subpages or modal pages. With these handful of elements, we could do quite a bit. Invisible actually removes the element from the layout. Inner HTML changes some text inside an HTML element. We've got some predefined text here, 50%, 100%. We can even change the CSS style of an object. So I'll press this, and you can see it here. We're changing the CSS of this element to color red and font weight bold. And clicking this other button will set it back to white and font weight of normal. And you could put as many CSS properties in here as needed, so you could completely restyle something on the fly. And there you have it. With these handful of elements, we can get input from an end user over a web page and receive it in a control processor, and then we could take messages from our AV equipment and put them in a format, send it back off to the web page with a channel and a value, and completely change the way the interface looks. This project is open source, available on GitHub. The link will be below the video. And to continue learning, go to learnavprogramming.com, where you can also get a free automation and control software application.